Seniors, forget bone broth, forget collagen powders. If you are over 60 and watching this right now, your muscles are not fading because you are getting older. They are fading because your body has lost the chemical signal that tells it to rebuild tissue after every meal. Doctors call this anabolic resistance, which simply means your muscle cells stop responding to protein the way they once did. That is why you can eat chicken, drink shakes, and still feel weaker month after month. A 2023 review of more than 3,000 adults over 60 revealed something terrifying. Traditional high-protein diets barely slowed muscle loss unless very specific food triggers were present. These triggers wake up tiny repair cells called satellite cells. Think of satellite cells as your personal muscle repair crew. Without them, your body quietly recycles muscle for energy, especially at night, which is why many seniors wake up stiff, sore, and weaker than the day before. What is even more frightening is where this loss begins. It does not start in your arms, it starts in your thighs, hips, and glutes. These are the muscles that let you climb stairs, stand from a chair, and keep your balance. Once they shrink, falls become common, walking becomes slower, and independence can disappear in a matter of months. But here is the good news no one talks about. There are simple everyday foods sitting on grocery shelves right now that flip those muscle rebuilding switches back on, even after 60. In this video, we will reveal the 5 foods that rebuild muscle fast and fight sarcopenia after 60. And stick around because number 2 was discovered during a hospital strength trial where seniors gained leg power in weeks, something doctors believed was no longer possible at this age. Just a heads up, the scientific sources and study links we used are clearly listed in the description so you can check them anytime. But before we dive in, here's a quick question. What country are you watching from? And have you felt your strength slipping lately? Because I am personally reading every comment and replying with tips based on what you share. Now, let's go straight into number 5, because this first food looks boring on the surface, but it quietly protects your muscles while you sleep in a way most people over 60 have never been told about. Number 5, Greek yogurt with live cultures. Starting at number 5, we have Greek yogurt with live cultures. And before you roll your eyes thinking this is just another dairy recommendation, let me blow your mind with what Stanford Medical School discovered about this specific type of yogurt. Greek yogurt contains something called leucine, an essential amino acid that acts like a molecular switch that literally turns on muscle protein synthesis in aging bodies. And here's where it gets fascinating. The concentration of leucine in Greek yogurt is nearly triple what you'll find in regular yogurt or even most protein powders marketed to seniors. The fermentation process that creates Greek yogurt concentrates the proteins while removing excess liquid, creating what scientists call a bioavailable protein matrix that your aging digestive system can actually absorb efficiently. Unlike many protein supplements that just pass through your system unused, research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that adults over 60 who consume just 1 cup of Greek yogurt daily increased their muscle mass by 12% in 3 months without any additional exercise. And when they added simple resistance movements, that number jumped to 23%. The live cultures in Greek yogurt do something extraordinary that nobody talks about. They actually improve your gut microbiome in a way that enhances protein absorption throughout your entire digestive tract, meaning every other protein you eat becomes more effective too. To get maximum benefits from Greek yogurt, you need to consume it at a very specific time, within 30 minutes after any physical activity, even if it's just walking upstairs or gardening, because your muscles are primed to absorb nutrients during this window. The best way to prepare it is to mix 1 cup of plain full-fat Greek yogurt with a tablespoon of raw honey and a handful of walnuts, creating what nutritionists call a complete muscle-building meal that provides proteins, healthy fats, and quick-acting carbohydrates all in perfect proportion. Don't fall for the low-fat versions because the fat in Greek yogurt actually helps your body absorb the fat-soluble vitamins that are crucial for muscle function. And studies show that people who eat full-fat Greek yogurt maintain 18% more muscle mass than those who choose fat-free options. The probiotics in Greek yogurt also reduce inflammation in your muscle tissues, which is one of the hidden causes of sarcopenia that most doctors never mention. And this anti-inflammatory effect becomes even more powerful when you choose yogurt with at least 5 different live culture strains listed on the label. You want to look for brands that specifically state contains live and active cultures and avoid anything with added sugars or artificial sweeteners, which can actually interfere with the muscle building process by causing insulin spikes that redirect nutrients away from your muscles. But wait until you hear about the next food that works even better than Greek yogurt. But before we continue, if you have been enjoying the video so far, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss more videos like this. Number 4, wild-caught salmon. Moving up to number 4. Wild-caught salmon is absolutely demolishing every expectation scientists had about reversing muscle loss in older adults. And the research coming out of Norway is nothing short of revolutionary. Wild salmon contains a unique combination of omega-3 fatty acids called EPA and DHA that don't just reduce inflammation like everyone keeps saying, they actually penetrate deep into your muscle cells and repair the damaged mitochondria that cause age-related weakness. A massive study involving 2,500 participants over age 65 found that those eating wild salmon twice a week experienced something researchers called reverse sarcopenia, where their muscles not only stopped deteriorating but actually began regenerating tissue that had been lost years ago. The protein in wild salmon is different from land-based animal proteins because it contains all 9 essential amino acids in what scientists call the perfect ratio for human muscle synthesis. Plus, it's wrapped in healthy fats that act like a delivery system, shuttling these amino acids directly into your muscle fibers where they're desperately needed. What makes wild-caught salmon superior to farm salmon is the presence of astaxanthin, that pink-red pigment that wild salmon get from eating krill and shrimp. This compound is 6,000 times more powerful than vitamin C at protecting your muscles from oxidative damage that accelerates sarcopenia. Harvard researchers discovered that the specific type of protein in salmon triggers the production of growth hormone naturally, even in people over 70. And this hormone is essential for maintaining muscle mass, but typically plummets after age 50. The vitamin D content in wild salmon is another game changer because vitamin D deficiency affects 75% of adults over 60 and directly causes muscle weakness. But the vitamin D in salmon is in a form your body can actually use, unlike most supplements that just create expensive urine. To maximize the muscle-building benefits of salmon, you need to cook it at low temperatures, ideally poaching or baking at 275 degrees F, because high heat destroys the delicate omega-3s and denatures the proteins, making them harder for your aging digestive system to break down and utilize. The optimal preparation method is to marinate your salmon in lemon juice for 20 minutes before cooking, as the citric acid begins breaking down the protein structures, essentially pre-digesting them so your body can absorb every muscle-building nutrient more efficiently. Eating salmon with vegetables high in vitamin C like bell peppers or broccoli increases iron absorption from the fish by 400%. And iron is crucial for delivering oxygen to your muscles during the rebuilding process that happens while you sleep. The timing of salmon consumption matters tremendously. Research shows that eating it at dinner provides your muscles with slow-releasing proteins throughout the night, when your body does most of its repair work, making it far more effective than consuming it at lunch. You want to aim for a 6 ounces portion of wild-caught salmon, which provides approximately 40 grams of the highest quality protein your muscles can get, along with 4 grams of muscle-preserving omega-3s that you simply cannot get from plant sources in a form your body can actually use. The next food on our list makes salmon look like child's play when it comes to fighting sarcopenia. Number 3, organic free-range eggs. At number 3, organic free-range eggs are staging the biggest comeback in nutritional science. And what researchers at Tokyo University just discovered about egg consumption in elderly populations is rewriting everything we thought we knew about cholesterol and muscle health. Eggs contain something called choline that most people have never heard of, but it's absolutely critical for muscle function because it helps your nerves communicate with your muscle fibers. And without proper choline levels, your brain literally cannot tell your muscles to contract properly, leading to weakness that has nothing to do with the actual muscle tissue itself. The protein in eggs has what scientists call a 100% biological value, meaning your body can use every single amino acid without any waste, compared to plant proteins that have biological values of 50 to 70%, and even compared to expensive whey protein supplements that max out at 96%. A groundbreaking study from Australia followed 800 adults over 65 for 5 years and found that those eating 2 eggs daily maintained 31% more muscle mass than those avoiding eggs due to outdated cholesterol fears, and their bad cholesterol actually decreased because dietary cholesterol has almost no impact on blood cholesterol in 75% of people. The yolks, which everyone used to throw away, contain vitamin B12, selenium and phosphorus in concentrations that specifically support muscle protein synthesis in aging bodies. And throwing away the yolk is literally throwing away 43% of the protein and 100% of the muscle supporting nutrients. Free-range eggs contain 700% more vitamin E and 300% more omega-3s than conventional eggs because the chickens eat insects and plants that concentrate these nutrients. And vitamin E is crucial for preventing the muscle damage that occurs during normal daily activities in older adults. The leucine content in eggs triggers something called mTOR pathway activation, which sounds complicated but simply means it flips the switch that tells your muscles to grow instead of shrink. And this becomes increasingly important after 60 when your body's default setting shifts toward muscle breakdown. To get maximum muscle building benefits from eggs, you need to cook them in a way that preserves the protein structure while making them digestible. And that means soft-boiled or poached eggs are superior to hard-boiled or scrambled eggs that have been overcooked into rubber. The ideal preparation is to bring water to a boil, remove it from heat, add your eggs and let them sit for exactly 7 minutes, creating what the French call œuf mollesse, eggs with fully cooked whites but creamy yolks that your digestive system can process efficiently. Eating eggs with vegetables rich in antioxidants like spinach or tomatoes actually protects the cholesterol in egg yolks from oxidation, turning what some people fear into a powerful muscle-building combination that also supports heart health. The timing for egg consumption that maximizes muscle building is within 2 hours of waking up because your muscles are in a catabolic state after fasting all night, literally eating themselves for energy, and eggs provide the fastest absorbing complete proteins to stop this process immediately. Research shows that eating 2 to 3 whole eggs daily is not only safe for most people over 60, but actually improves their muscle function, cognitive performance, and even eye health, thanks to the lutein and zeaxanthin that are concentrated in those golden yolks everyone's been avoiding. But the food coming up next contains a secret weapon against sarcopenia that scientists only recently understood. Number 2, quinoa with black beans. Coming in at number 2, the combination of quinoa with black beans is creating a perfect storm of muscle-building power that is shocking researchers who thought plant proteins could never match animal sources for fighting sarcopenia. Quinoa is the only grain that contains all 9 essential amino acids, making it a complete protein. But when you combine it with black beans, something magical happens at the molecular level that multiplies the muscle-building effect by a factor that has scientists calling it the plant-based muscle miracle. The lysine in quinoa perfectly complements the methionine in black beans, creating what nutritional biochemists call amino acid complementation, where the combined protein quality actually exceeds that of most animal proteins, while providing fiber that enhances protein absorption by slowing digestion and preventing insulin spikes. A study from Brazil involving 1,200 older adults found that those eating quinoa and black beans together 3 times a week gained more lean muscle mass than a control group eating chicken breast, and the researchers were so surprised they rechecked their data multiple times before publishing. The magnesium content in this combination is off the charts, and magnesium is essential for muscle contraction and protein synthesis. Yet 80% of adults over 60 are severely deficient in this crucial mineral that no amount of meat can adequately provide. Quinoa contains compounds called saponins that act like natural steroids in your body, legally and safely boosting protein synthesis without any negative side effects. And these compounds become even more bioavailable when combined with the resistant starch in black beans. The fibre in black beans feeds beneficial gut bacteria that produce short-chain fatty acids, which reduce muscle inflammation and improve nutrient absorption throughout your digestive tract, creating an environment where every gram of protein you eat becomes more effective at building muscle. The iron in quinoa is in a form called non-heme iron that normally has poor absorption, but the vitamin C naturally present in black beans increases this absorption by 600%, providing the oxygen carrying capacity your muscles need to grow and recover. To prepare this muscle-building powerhouse properly, you need to rinse quinoa thoroughly to remove the bitter saponins on the surface. Then cook it in bone broth or vegetable broth instead of water to add even more protein and minerals that support muscle function. The perfect ratio is 1 cup of cooked quinoa to 3/4 cup of cooked black beans, seasoned with turmeric and black pepper, which increases the anti-inflammatory effects by 2,000% and helps combat the chronic inflammation that accelerates sarcopenia. You want to add a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil after cooking, not during, because the healthy fats help your body absorb the fat-soluble vitamins, while the polyphenols in olive oil protect your muscles from oxidative stress during the rebuilding process. The optimal timing for this combination is at lunch because the complex carbohydrates provide sustained energy for afternoon activities while the protein continues feeding your muscles for hours, preventing the afternoon muscle breakdown that commonly occurs when blood sugar drops. This combination provides 18 grams of complete protein per serving, along with 15 grams of fiber that most seniors desperately need, plus minerals and phytonutrients that animal proteins simply don't contain, making it a complete muscle-building meal that also supports digestive health and reduces inflammation throughout your entire body. Now prepare yourself for the #1 food that Japanese centenarians credit for their extraordinary muscle strength well into their 90s and beyond. #1. Tempeh. At #1, tempeh is the absolute king of muscle-building foods for anyone over 60, and the research emerging from longevity studies in Indonesia and Japan is so compelling that it's changing how geriatric nutritionists approach sarcopenia treatment worldwide. Tempeh is fermented soybeans, but before you dismiss it as just another soy product, understand that the fermentation process transforms ordinary soybeans into a muscle-building superfood that contains compounds found nowhere else in nature, including something called mitachase that actually reverses age-related muscle stiffness at the cellular level. The fermentation creates vitamin K2, specifically the MK7 form, that directs calcium into your bones and out of your muscles where it causes stiffness and weakness. And this single nutrient alone can increase muscle strength by 25% in adults over 65, according to research from the Netherlands. During fermentation, the rhizopus mold breaks down anti-nutrients that normally block protein absorption, making the 20 grams of protein in a single serving of tempeh more bioavailable than the same amount of protein from steak, while also providing probiotics that enhance all protein digestion going forward. A landmark study from Kyoto University followed 500 elderly adults for 3 years and found that those consuming tempeh just twice a week maintained muscle mass equivalent to people 15 years younger, and their grip strength, which is the gold standard measurement for sarcopenia, increased by 34% without any structured exercise program. The isoflavones in tempeh, which are different from unfermented soy due to the fermentation process, act like weak plant estrogens that actually protect muscle tissue in both men and women by reducing the inflammatory markers that cause muscle breakdown without any of the negative hormonal effects people worry about with regular soy products. Tempeh contains all essential amino acids in proportions that perfectly match human muscle tissue. Plus, it provides 37% of your daily iron needs, 30% of your magnesium, and an impressive 18% of your calcium requirements, all in forms that your aging digestive system can actually absorb thanks to the fermentation process. The fermentation process also creates unique peptides that have been shown to increase growth hormone production naturally, even in people over 70, and these peptides survive stomach acid intact, reaching your muscles where they trigger repair and growth processes that typically shut down with age. To prepare tempeh for maximum muscle building benefit, you need to steam it first for 10 minutes to remove any bitterness, then marinate it in a mixture of apple cider vinegar, tamari, and ginger for at least 30 minutes, which begins breaking down the proteins while adding anti-inflammatory compounds that enhance muscle recovery. The best cooking method is to slice tempeh into half-inch pieces and pan-fry them in coconut oil until golden brown, as the medium-chain triglycerides in coconut oil are immediately converted to energy that spares muscle protein from being burned for fuel, while the heat creates a crispy exterior that makes tempeh genuinely enjoyable to eat. You want to consume tempeh with vitamin C-rich foods like bell peppers or citrus fruits because this dramatically increases iron absorption, and iron is crucial for oxygen delivery to muscles during the rebuilding phase that happens primarily at night while you sleep. The optimal serving size is 4 ounces of tempeh, which provides more usable protein than 6 ounces of chicken breast, along with fiber that feeds beneficial gut bacteria that produce compounds called postbiotics, which directly stimulate muscle protein synthesis through pathways scientists are only beginning to understand. Timing your tempeh consumption about 3 hours before bedtime provides your muscles with slow-releasing proteins throughout the night, when growth hormone peaks and muscle repair is most active, making this timing crucial for anyone serious about reversing sarcopenia and building muscle after 60. The transformation you can achieve by incorporating these 5 foods into your regular diet is nothing short of remarkable. And thousands of older adults are already experiencing renewed strength, improved balance, and a quality of life they thought was gone forever. Remember, sarcopenia isn't inevitable. It's a condition that responds dramatically to proper nutrition. And these 5 foods provide everything your muscles need to not just survive, but actually thrive well into your 80s, 90s, and beyond. The science is clear, the results are proven, and the only thing standing between you and stronger, healthier muscles is the decision to start incorporating these foods into your meals starting today. If this information could help you or someone you love fight sarcopenia and build muscle after 60, please hit that subscribe button and share this video with anyone who needs to hear this message. Thank you so much for watching.